the Ferrari 812 Competizione. You have two LCD screens there around RPM meter, and let me just open the door so you can see the steering wheel properly. So there's a lot going on here. You have a switch for the drive modes. On the left side you have engine start button, you have the suspension button, other buttons, and of course you have paddle shifters on either side for changing the gears. So this car's interior is taken of course from the 812 Superfast because that's what it's based on, but there's one big difference. So cup holder buttons, they're all the same, but here you have these switches. Those are for changing the gears, and those are from the SF90 Stradale and the new 296. So here you have the place for the key, storage space in between the seats. So this is a performance oriented version, so of course that's why you have padded sport seats. They're not very comfortable. The interior is mostly Alcantara, and this one has a lot of yellow details. So even the inside of the door uh, looks the same as the 812s, but of course you have a lot more Alcantara here. My favorite part of course of the interior is this embossed Ferrari logo here. I love touching that whenever I'm inside a Ferrari. So now I'll show you the exterior of this car. So this is a very special car because this is the world's most powerful naturally aspirated V12 engine. Even Lamborghini does not have a V12 that is this powerful. So let me just come out here. Let me just show you the interior. It's incredible. Now this car is parked in a very awkward location, so I'll try my best to show you the car as much as possible. There you have it. So the interior is of course gray and with yellow details. Yellow details are of course on the exterior as well. Of course that's up to you. If you don't want them, you can have it in a different color. This is it. It looks like the 812, but it is a lot sleeker, and the side profile is much nicer. So what else have they done? Of course they've redesigned the front of this car completely. So now you have a much larger air intake here. You have carbon fiber air intakes here, larger grille, carbon fiber on the front splitter. So you have a lot of details designed to increase the airflow to make this car much more aerodynamic. So air goes in through here, and the 812 Superfast also had air intakes just next to the headlights. Those looked horrible, and luckily they're not here on this car. But what is basically a carbon fiber opening here on the hood, and that of course helps in taking air out of the engine bay and keeping the car cool, and of course increasing its downforce at the same time. So there's a lot of Bugattis and Ferraris here, and oh yes, there's an 812 GTS here. So let's do a small comparison. So I think the headlights are the same, but only no, I think the headlights on the 812 are a little wider, but of course the front end, the grille and everything, that is of course completely different. Air intakes are and the aerodynamics of the car is very different from the Competizione. Since the 812 Competizione does not have those air intakes next to the headlights, the front face of it looks much better. I never liked the 812 that much. The rest of the car, yeah, it is pretty cool. I love how it is, but there are of course subtle changes. In fact, a lot of changes they've done to the exterior aside from just changing the front end. So one more thing that I've noticed is this. So you have this carbon fiber airway here that takes out the air from the front wheels. You have a different side skirt now, and of course you also have airways over there. Now I'll try to crawl through the back. So coming towards some classics. There's a classic Ferrari here as well. In fact, there's a Testarossa. So this is the rear end. There's no rear window now. Unfortunately, that's gone. So that has been replaced with a fixed panel, and that has wings to divert air away from the car. You have now a new revised spoiler wing that of course is retractable. That's not there on the 812. Now you have the tail lights. I think those are same, but if you look at the rear end here, you can see it's you have a lot of gaps there in the rear end. You have a square exhaust pipe, so now it makes square sounds when you turn on the engine. You have a new diffuser, a much larger one, of course, and this air vent here is of course lets the air out from the rear wheels. So you can see that those are carbon fiber as well. So yes, overall design has been changed significantly. This is a much more efficient car. You have a big stripe there going in the middle. Of course, you have a reverse camera that's visible there. So yes, reversing this car will be a challenge since you cannot look back now at all. So let me know what you think about this car. Now if you want to see videos of other cars like this SF90 Stradale, all the other cars that are here, the Bugattis, the McLarens on the left, just head on down to my channel. For videos of Ferraris, just head on down to the video description for names and links.